morning, good afternoon, good evening, and wherever you are in the world, you're very welcome to join us at the 18th Business Travel Journalism Awards, the BTJAs as they're known. The BTJAs recognise outstanding journalists, editors and editorial teams in business travel and meetings and events media who really bring stories to life through excellent journalism and striking prose. Before we launch into the awards themselves though, I would like to say a huge thank you to our panel of esteemed judges. Their hand-picked selection of industry experts, respected journalists and communications professionals who each did a tremendous job. And as one of the judges myself, I can definitely tell you it was a tough job going through the amazing calibre of entries that we had and whittling them down from over 100 just to 11 winners. Thank you all for entering. There were some tremendous things. Keep it up. It was brilliant. Really superb work. Let's crack on with the awards themselves. Now, the very first award we're going to do is called for New Media. This is a new category for 2021 because we really wanted to recognise those who had embraced new mediums of communication in a bid to share news and insights, moving in from the direction that sets it apart from the print and web mediums. And we'd all become accustomed to those, and so it would appear that, judging by the entries, most outlets are embracing new technology and finding innovative ways to reach their audience. So the shortlist for the Business Travel Journalism Award for New Media 2021 is Mark Frary for BTN Europe's Week in Review podcast, Andy Hoskins, BTN Europe's In Conversation With podcast, Callum Diletto, the CIT show with Callum Diletto, Bev Ferris, the Business Travel magazine's Checking In With podcast, Callum Diletto again, RSV podcast. And I'm delighted to say that the winner of this year's award is Mark Frary of BTN Europe's The Week in Review podcast. The judges said the medium and format enabled genuine exploration of highly relevant topics amongst a group of industry leaders with excellent subject matter, well moderated. And so to our second award. The Best Newcomer Award is presented to a journalist who has been in the industry for 3 or less years. They've already made their mark and are earning some well-deserved respect for their work and from colleagues and peers. Our judges said the winner produced a well-informed writing in which they show an obvious passion and knowledge for the subject matter, prepping their words with interesting statistics and insightful observations. They have previously been shortlisted and highly commended in this category, but this time there is an outright winner. Congratulations to Head for Points, Rhys Jones, the winner of the Business Travel Journalism Award for Best Newcomer. And for our third award this year is Editor of the Year. Now this is always a highly contentious award, very, very well contested because there's such high levels of editorial work in business travel journalism. So the Business Travel Journalism Award for Editor of the Year is presented to the editor who demonstrates the best leadership, enterprise and courage for their sector's news. And the shortlisted editors this year are Elizabeth West from BTN, Matt Parsons from Skift, Bev Ferris for the Business Travel magazine, Malcolm Ginsberg for Business Travel News and Callum Diletto for CNIT. And the winner is Bev Ferris for editor of Business Travel magazine. Congratulations, Bev. And at a challenging time, Bev took the publication to the next level with fresh ideas, overseeing a successful revolution in the publication and introducing a variety of content, formats and styles and covering a breadth of subject matter. Congratulations. And now we move to Features Journalist of the Year. This one is for accommodation. Like many of us, accommodation providers were badly affected by the pandemic, but implemented new hygiene initiatives and pivoted to offer new services that befit the new normal. And the shortlist for the BTJA's Features Journalist of the Year Accommodation is made up of Joe Rhodes from Which Travel, Eamon Cohen from BTN Europe, Hannah Brandler from Business Traveller, Matt Parsons from Skift and Catherine Chetwin from the Business Travel magazine. And the winner is Hannah Brandler for Stay Safe in the Business Traveller magazine. The judges agreed that this was an excellent and well-written and informative article on the hotel guest experience during a pandemic. Congratulations. And so we move to Features Journalist of the Year for Air. And who'd have thought that we'd miss queues through going through security, the red eye, airplane food and chatty seat neighbours. After being grounded for so long, I'd welcomed all of these, even if it meant wearing a face mask for the duration and having a digital health passport to board my next flight. So what's flying in the new world of aviation? What's it like? And who is shortlisted for this category? Features Journalist of the Year, Air. And the shortlist is Francesca Street from CNN Travel, Simon Calder, The Independent, Chris Chamberlain from Executive Traveller, Catherine Chetwin from BTN Europe, and Polly Patrick for Association Meetings International. The visionary piece was If Seaplanes Are the Answer, What is the Question? And the winning work is The Independent's Simon Calder. Judges described his feature as a most informative and enjoyable read, a visionary piece for the potential sector ahead. And now, Features Journalist of the Year, Destination. This year's award is presented to the journalist who's provided the most insightful analysis and commentary on a business travel and/or conference and incentive destination. And our shortlist is a veritable who's who in this area. Hannah Brandler from Business Travel, Selena O from TellMeWhereToGo.com, Chris Chamberlain from Executive Traveller, Mike McEachran from BBC Travel, and Remy James Salemi from Conference and Meetings World magazine. And the winner is, thank you very much, it's Mike McEachran of BBC Travels for his piece, The Unusual Tour, Cleaning Amsterdam's Canals. The judges thought his feature wasn't so much a commentary on the destination, but does discuss the environmental impact of plastics in the canals of Amsterdam, a top business destination. And I could see the plastic whale being a great team-building activity for a business or conference. Moving on to Features Journalist of the Year for Ground Transportation. Now, it may not be one of business travel's most sexy topics or modes of transport, yet ground transportation provides scope for an array of features that really delve into the guts of car rental, ride-hailing or rail travel. And with air travel a no-go for some time, it isn't surprising that globally these modes of transport came to the fore in the last 20 or so months. And that made choosing a winner from the BTJA finalists Features Journalist of the Year for ground transportation very, very difficult. But we have a shortlist, and that shortlist is Eamon Cohen from BTN Europe, Rob Gill, BTN Europe, Chris Chamberlain in Executive Traveller, Matt Parsons from Skift, and Bev Ferris, the Business Travel magazine. And the winner is Rob Gill from BTN Europe for his feature Driving Change, on the focus of making car rental more important as we emerge from the pandemic. Making an unsexy topic sexy, the judges said Rob takes a unique approach to the heightened demand for car rental in this article, mapping clearly how car manufacturing and COVID demand has seen availability and pricing put under strain. A surprisingly immersive and insightful ground transportation read. Doesn't get much better than that, Rob. And so we move to industry trends. The BTJA Features Journalist of the Year for Industry Trends is presented to the journalist who has provided the most insightful analysis and commentary on business travel or meetings and events. And the shortlist is, we had 3 separate entries from BTN Europe for Eamon Cohen, Andy Hoskins and Rob Gill. And we had Gillian Upton, the Business Travel magazine, and Simon Calder, The Independent. And the winner is a previous winner in past successive years. This person would be forgiven for thinking that they actually get to keep us now. But the BTJA for Features Journalist of the Year Industry Trends goes to Gillian Upton of the Business Travel magazine for her feature named Step Change, which focuses on sustainability. The judges commented that it was a mindful and robust look at the industry's renewed post-pandemic focus on sustainability and all the steps that corporates need to follow on their sustainability journey and the roadblocks potentially halting their progress. And so we move to technology and Features Journalist of the Year for technology. From a perspective of technology, it's been an exciting time for the travel industry. The pandemic helped to speed up the advent of new technologies and innovations, and huge leaps were made, and attitudes of both consumers and corporates changed. The breadth of features submitted for this particular award was quite astronomical and really covered every single area you could think of. And I'm delighted to say we whittled it down to a shortlist, and that shortlist is Gillian Upton, the Business Travel magazine, Mark Chillingworth, Diginomica, Chris Chamberlain, Executive Traveller, Matt Parsons of Skift, and Bev Ferris, the Business Travel magazine. And the winner is Matt Parsons of Skift for his article, Why Did These Cousins Buy Their Company Back from Travelport? The winning entry was described as having a good detail and storytelling, and was an interesting insight into the freedoms and restrictions to utilise technology development in a corporate world, seen through the eyes of a specific sale and subsequent business buyback. And so we turn to our penultimate award for this celebration, Editorial Team of the Year. The only official group award in the BTJAs, the Editorial Team of the Year award is presented to the team that provides the most insightful analysis of all aspects of business travel or meetings and events, and brings new topics to the fore to address key issues. And the shortlist for Editorial Team of the Year is BTN, CNN Travel, the Business Travel Magazine, Head for Points, and BTN Europe. This, as you can imagine, was a very difficult category for the judges, and it prompted some heated debate as all of the entrants were deemed to have met the criteria and demonstrated how, collectively, their team would be a worthy winner. But, as usual, we can only have one winner, and that winner is the BTN team for their Sustaining the Future supplement. The team comprised Elizabeth West, Michael Baker, Chris Davis, Donna Eroldi, Adam Perotta, Doit Habtemariam, Andy Hoskins, Mark Frary and Molly Dyson. Congratulations everyone. The judges agreed that it was a great collaboration of pieces focused on sustainability at a time when it's front and centre of business travel. The presentation format of the self-contained website was great, and it continues to be a resource for people, I'm sure, today. And so to our final award of the night, a specialist award, Return to Travel, Meetings and Events. This is another new category for 2021 and another hotly contested one. The pandemic flipped our industry on its head, but we know from past experience that it does prevail and get out the other side of turbulent times, no matter what they are, and it always emerges stronger and more innovative than ever. So the Specialist Award recognises the journalist who has provided the most insightful analysis and commentary on post-pandemic return to travel or return to meetings and events. So the shortlist for this new category win: Eamon Cohen from BTN Europe, Trevor Baker from which.co.uk, Gillian Upton from the Business Travel Magazine, Elizabeth West from BTN, and Eamon Cohen again from BTN Europe. And the winner is Eamon Cohen of BTN Europe for his witty entitled article, Return to Tender. Is it time to negotiate new airline deals? The judges commented that Eamon provided an in-depth analysis and obvious understanding of the prevailing factors in a rich and detailed insight into the effect of the pandemic on airline sourcing, a topic of great importance to business travel planners. So that concludes the awards. Congratulations to absolutely everybody who won, and for those that were shortlisted, and for everybody who entered. It was a tremendous standard, a really high standard, and we had so many entries to go through. It was terrific. A quick thank you again to our judges who have been so generous with their time and expertise, and we hope to see you all in person for the 2022 BTJAs. Thank you very much, and wherever you are, enjoy.